Hey girl, sit down and close that door because the streets are buzzing and it looks like we finally know how Diddy allegedly contracted HIV. And trust me, this tea is piping hot. Word is, Diddy was allegedly messing around with influencer Gina Tew back in the day, and sis might have been the one who unknowingly passed it to him. Yup, you heard that right. Every time we think the chaos surrounding Diddy is dying down, something even wilder comes to light. And this whole Gina situation might just crack the case wide open. So, how did Diddy and Gina even meet? And if the rumors are true, who else could have been exposed? Let's get into it. Now, Gina isn't exactly new to the spotlight, especially when it comes to her health status. In fact, she's one of the few influencers who came forward publicly about being HIV positive. She first opened up back in 2022, revealing that she had no idea she was living with the virus until it progressed into full-blown AIDS. She said, "All I know is I got so sick I was near death. Doctors told me I had to have it for at least 8 to 10 years. During that time, I was living in New York City and I was homeless. I was also essayed a few times, not something I like to talk about. And let me tell you, keep that New York part in mind because we're coming back to that." Since breaking the news, Gina has continued sharing her journey on social media. In one heartbreaking video, she revealed, "I lost all my muscle and strength due to my immune system, AIDS, and being stuck in a hospital bed for so long.
The last time that we stand, I don't know how long we've been here, but
Yeah, I've got here probably about 20 minutes before you.
you ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Push through those legs. Come on, push, 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 push. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Push through those legs. Come on, do it. Push those legs. Anyway, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Now, Gina has been fighting hard to get better. And baby, the progress is real. Not too long ago, she shared an update saying she now weighs over 100 pounds after dropping as low as 65 pounds during the worst of her illness. She said, "So last y'all heard, I was 98 pounds, right? Well, I'm now 105. The doctor said it was actually 106, but I'm taking off one for my clothes and shoes. Even if it's 106, y'all, I made it. That was my goal weight." She's also walking again and seems to be in a much better place. But what does all this have to do with Diddy? Well, buckle up, because here's where things get wild. Word on the street is that Diddy allegedly also has HIV, and some believe he may have been the one to infect Gina, not the other way around. That theory picked up steam especially after Diddy's recent legal downfall and prison time. See, while Diddy was living the luxury life, he had top-tier doctors and access to the best care, which could have kept his viral load suppressed. So much so that most people wouldn't have suspected a thing. And even though whispers were going around back then, a lot of folks brushed them off because he looked fine. But let's be real, Diddy's freak-offs are legendary, and not in a good way. The stuff that went down at those parties, insane. And if even a fraction of the rumors are true, protection wasn't exactly a priority. People have said STIs and STDs were being passed around like party favors. And let's not forget those old rumors about Usher and the herpes allegations, allegedly involving Diddy. So the idea that HIV was circulating in those circles? Sadly, not out of the question. Now fast forward to Diddy's court appearances and prison time. Suddenly, people started noticing how different he looked. That usual confidence and swagger? Gone. Instead, he seemed frail, tired, and aged, like life had truly knocked him down. This wasn't your average stress weight loss. This was something deeper. At first, folks blamed it on the legal trouble, understandable, considering the kind of charges he was facing. But as time went on, more people started whispering, "This isn't just stress. This feels medical." That's when the speculation exploded. And when those courtroom sketches hit social media, chilly, the internet erupted. People were zooming in, analyzing every wrinkle, every hollow cheek, every dull expression. They compared his appearance to photos from just a few years ago, and the difference was shocking. Even court reporters said something felt off. He wasn't just emotionally drained, he seemed physically weak and disconnected. This wasn't just gossip anymore. It was turning into a serious conversation. And the whispers turned into full-blown theories. Is Diddy battling HIV? And just when things were heating up, Jaguar Wright jumped in and tossed gasoline on the flames. She didn't just hint, she claimed outright that Diddy has been living with HIV for a long time. But she didn't stop there. According to her, at least 20 other men in the industry might be dealing with the same thing. Let me tell you, that claim flipped the internet upside down. People started pulling up old interviews, old videos, red carpet moments, anything that could give clues. Everyone suddenly started looking at the music industry with a whole new lens. And the most unsettling part? The connections. Because Diddy wasn't just anyone, he's part of the fabric of the industry. And those infamous freak-offs, rumors, say they involve some of the biggest names in Hollywood and music. So once folks started connecting the dots, the real question became, who else might be affected? See, in Hollywood, the lines between hookups, relationships, and friendships are already blurry. Everyone's worked with or dated someone else at some point. So if even a piece of this rumor is true, the ripple effect would be massive. People didn't just start speculating about Diddy, they started looking sideways at other celebrities too. The narrative had shifted. It was no longer just about Diddy's alleged behavior. It became about an entire culture, an entire network of people who might have been exposed, knowingly or not. And the internet? Oh, it was on fire. Fans, critics, even verified accounts started weighing in. Some were dragging Diddy, others were defending him, but one thing was clear, the conversation had changed. It went from being about lawsuits and legal drama to being about health, secrecy, and a potentially massive scandal that could shake the industry to its core. And honestly, with more stories coming out and more people speaking up, this might just be the beginning.
I mean, he actually caught HIV, like, having, like, a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
He didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G.
Come on.
In the game.
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names, and wouldn't nobody be able to sue me.
From the moment those rumors hit the internet, it was game on. The streets went into full-blown investigation mode, and people started digging deep into Diddy's past relationships and industry connections, trying to piece together who else might be caught up in this spiraling mess. And guess whose name shot straight to the top? Usher. Fans wasted no time bringing up just how close Diddy and Usher were, especially those old stories about Usher living with him as a teen. With these new allegations in the air, all those long-buried questions came roaring back to the surface. But the speculation didn't stop there. Meek Mill's name started making the rounds, too, mainly because of how often he's been spotted hanging around Diddy over the years. Then people started revisiting Craig Mack, who passed away in 2018. Officially, his cause of death was listed as heart failure, but now some are wondering if there was more to the story than what we were told. And even Kim Porter's name wasn't off limits. Though her death was ruled pneumonia-related, fans have long felt uneasy about the details and timing surrounding her passing. But the biggest curveball? Gina Tew. Yup, her name re-entered the conversation in a major way. Remember when she said she got HIV while living in New York? Well, in a recent post, she confirmed that the person who gave it to her was a well-known celebrity based in NYC who lives that kind of lifestyle, if you know what I mean. And let's be honest, no one fits that description more than Diddy. According to sources, Gina has said she was confident that the man who infected her was someone she had been with on and off for years, someone she actually had real feelings for. It all started to click when someone close to her sent a link to an interview featuring this unnamed celeb, and something he said in it made her stop cold. She even mentioned having to involve the cops over this man's behavior. And just like that, the internet had another piece of the puzzle.
And I've dealt with cops over this person due to sexual conduct stuff that I thought was no big deal, so I brushed it off. But the fact that it's coming back to my face and they're telling me stuff about STDs and all this mess, and this man has been with me and everybody else doing the same thing with everybody else. And I don't know how to just brush it off anymore, because it's like, what if? You know, what if this is the person who did this to me and he's living his best life? But hey, you can't have assumptions because it just makes an ass out of you and me. That's what they say. I'll never know. I'll never know, right? But I just don't like seeing stuff like that. I wake up and it ruins my whole day, because I'm like, I don't think about this stuff for that reason, because I don't want to even, I can't do anything about it.
It's also not astonishing that Diddy would allegedly do this to Gina, given all the evidence against him, and the earlier claims that he concealed his STI status and gave Usher herpes. Please share your thoughts in the comments, even though this is upsetting. Then watch the following video.s.